Just really good work. Good work between these two teams who, they took care of us pretty good last year. And we knew it's going to be competitive, so it's been a good couple days.
If that's a fight to you, man, you've never been in a fight. So we just don't want any punches thrown.
Mike Vrabel, Tom Brady. There was a little bit of a skirmish yesterday, a scuffle. It was called a brawl by Jim Wyatt of the Titans official website. Apparently it wasn't much of a brawl, but it inspired today's draft. Our draft for today is which NFL head coach would you want on your side in a fight? The coin toss has been tossed. We now determine the first pick with a trivia question, and today is the day that I have to answer the question. Big Cat, go ahead.
Okay, Michael. Mike Vrabel and one other player were traded to the Chiefs in 2009 for a second-round draft pick. Who was that other player?
It was Matt Castle.
There
Come
you
on,
go.
ask me a hard question.
Go
Jeez.
ahead. Now you get to decide.
I get the first pick. I defer.
Yes. Okay. All right, Mike Vrabel.
Yeah,
That's the best
come
pick.
on, Cholo. That's your creativity. No, it's not the best pick. You're going Mike Vrabel? I guess you're
Mike
going Mike Vrabel. All right.
is an absolute beast. When I was at the Combine 2 years ago, I saw Mike Vrabel, and he's been on our show, and he's a fan, and I text him every now and then, not to brag. That's not a brag. That's just a statement of fact. He slapped me in the back, and I almost puked a lung out. He has big hands, strength, and you saw this with him getting in that skirmish. He still wants it. He still wants a little bit of that action, He's about that action, boss. So I'm taking Mike Vrabel. That's the easiest pick, number one. He would be so mad at me if I didn't pick him. So I'm getting back in his good graces by picking him number one.
Yeah, look, I considered him because he was an NFL linebacker, and there's another former NFL linebacker, though, that I put a little, and I know he's older, but he was part of that 85 Bears defense, and he seems like a nice guy when he knows that everyone's watching. But if you saw All or Nothing this year, halftime of the Steelers-Panthers game last year, I think I may have peed a little when I was listening to Ron Rivera chewing into his team and F-bomb this and F-bomb that. And if I'm going to battle, I want Ron Rivera, the Panthers head coach, next to me.
You need to get your prostate checked if that's happening. Okay,
Come on, that may have been the issue.
All right, I'll go easy pick for my number two, Doug Marrone. Just an absolute beast of a human being. If you've ever, been next to Doug Marrone and you get a look at those legs, he was an offensive lineman. He had coached offensive line. He played football. He's been in football. He's a football guy. Doug Marrone, he's a New York guy. You don't want to get, he loves baloney. I go on and on and on. Doug Marrone is someone I would want in the trenches with me.
Is this just a draft of all your head coach friends?
Yes, pretty much. No, but seriously, Doug Marrone, have you been next to him? He's a mammoth of a man.
I've sent you a picture of Doug Marrone in shorts because the width of his leg from the knee to the foot, it never narrows. It never tapers. It is literally the trunk of a tree.
Stats we got to get before this show ends. We have to have the picture of myself, PFT, and Doug Marrone at the Jacksonville Jaguars pool where we all had our shirts off. So he's huge. He's a huge guy, and he's a tough guy.
Do we really want to subject the audience to that?
Yeah,
I've seen that. It's breakfast in some time zones.
It's good.
All right, you left somebody on the board who I think would show up and kick ass and take names, and he is the Chargers head coach, Anthony Lynn, former NFL running back. He looks like he could throw on a helmet and go out on the field right now, and I don't know how he played running back in the NFL because, most of the ideal running back size is that 5'7", 5'8", about my height. Anthony Lynn is a big guy, and he is thick, and I have a feeling that if it was going to go down, he is taking absolutely no prisoners. Give me Anthony Lynn.
How many C's thick?
4.
4?
No, not him. No, he's he's looking a little thick in that photo there, but every time I've ever seen him, he looks like he's in that, that mid-season marathon shape where he's got some endurance. If the fight goes more than a round or two, he's going to outlast you on points.
I don't want to pump up your picks, but it's a good pick. Obviously, everyone knows the story of him surviving that car crash. He's a tough-as-nails guy, and definitely would want him on my side in a fight. All right, my last pick, it's an easy one. Bill Belichick. Because Bill Belichick comes with Ernie Adams. So now I have Doug Marrone, Mike Vrabel doing the tough, grind it out fighting, and then I have Bill Belichick and Ernie Adams sitting there doing some strategic work. That's the easiest pick. I absolutely dominated you. You could pick Mike Ditka and a hurricane in this last pick, and I still beat you.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Bill Belichick, all due respect, and he's the greatest coach of all time in any sport, he's old. At a certain point, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. What's he going to do to you? He's like pushing 70, man.
The brain and Ernie Adams. Ernie Adams comes with Bill Belichick. I want that on the list. Bill Belichick, parentheses, with Ernie Adams.
So Ernie is the Mickey. He's going to be in the corner telling Bill Belichick, Rocky, what to do.
Sure. This has been, even for you, I'm shocked by your ineptitude with this draft. Even for you.
Oh, let me tell you. I'm not done yet.
Oh yeah, I know. I said you could pick anyone here and you won't win.
No, well, okay. But what is the key element in any fight? If you really want to have a knockdown, drag out, and you want to win, and you want someone to go in there, and you know that they're going to get it done, what's the real element that you need to win a fight between human beings?
Mike Vrabel.
No, you need crazy, right? And I'm not saying actual crazy. You need the appearance of crazy. Like, the best fight you win is the one that you can avoid altogether. And I know a guy one time who was taking on like 10 dudes, but he just acted crazy and nobody wanted to mess with him. So give me Adam Gase, the Jets head coach, because I'm not saying he is crazy, but if he wants to look crazy, if he wants to out crazy you and get you to never take that first punch, you look at him after he took the smelling salts hit last week. You're not messing with Adam Gase. You are saying, okay, fine, we're not going to have a fight today. I'm sorry, sir. I didn't mean to bump into you. Here's everything in my wallet and the keys to my car. Please leave me alone. That's what you need to go into battle. You need the guy that's going to scare the other side into not fighting you. Adam Gase, final answer, I win.
All right, you didn't win. That was a terrible effort by you. A couple that just missed it for me. Actually, your coach, Mike Zimmer. Basically, he said he would lose an eye for football. That guy, if you want to talk about crazy, if you'd gone with Mike Zimmer, I would have had a little more respect for your draft. As it currently stands, I don't respect it whatsoever. Andy Reid, just the size. Maybe I'm thinking like an old school Yokozuna situation where he comes off the top rope. So I'd throw him on there. And then John Gruden. John Gruden, if you could, basically, I would just hold up one of those play cards of just Derek Carr's face, and it would be like a bull seeing red, and he would just go crazy on you.
Like Bobby Boucher, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you have the trigger, and off he goes. I thought about Frank Reich or Doug Peterson just because those guys who played quarterback in the NFL, they're huge. They're giant. I mean, they're well-proportioned, but, like, I remember being shocked when I met Boomer Esiason. You see these guys on TV, and they look normal size. And then you see, and it's like, where's the beanstalk, man? I mean, and Reich and Peterson, just that big giant come after you and can take whatever you can give out and just will ultimately just, like, slowly crush you into the ground. So I thought about Reich, and I thought about Peterson. Bottom line is, I don't want to mess with any of these guys. None of them.
No.
I guess I would take any. If I'm the other alternative in the fight, any of them would be a better option than me.
Yeah, I'd mess with Pete Carroll. I think I could take Pete Carroll.
I would no. Pete, you put a football in Pete Carroll's hands and he like loses 30 years of age like that. Have you ever seen that? He transforms into a guy half his age the moment you put a football in his hands. I wouldn't mess with Matt Nagy either.
I'd mess with Cliff Kingsbury. He's too much of a pretty boy. I'd take him down.
Doesn't want to get hit in the face.
Yeah, exactly. Knock his sunglasses off.
Well, we're about to hit you in the face with this. Look away if you have a squeamish stomach. Jeez. But
so
really, listen, it doesn't do justice to the Doug Marrone legs. You are not going to knock Doug Marrone down. You may be able to hit him, punch him, kick him, stab him. You are not going to knock him over. He's got a base that is never going to give in. All right,
folks,
let's recap.
Wait, let me just comment real quick on this picture, Mike. You do not have to adjust your TV. Yes, my nipples are that large.
What did you have to do to convince him to do that?
Nothing. He was down for it. Doug Marrone's a football guy. I love him.
All right, Mike Vrabel, Doug Marrone, and Bill Belichick with Ernie Adams as his cut man. I've got Ron Rivera, Anthony Lynn, and Adam Gase because you need somebody who can convince the other guy in the fight that you are just crazy enough to do anything.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.